So I haven't finished this door yet. I cut the top back off because I had tried using 2 doors for the top piece, and that's how straight I could get them.
All it takes is one job, oh yeah. All it takes is one job, and everything is gonna be okay.
You can see it's going pretty straight. I kind of got the door one set right, but right when it gets to this guy, it just isn't right. That guy keeps on messing with me, and it's kind of, this is factory stuff where they had a bigger gap here to the roof than they had here. This one's super tight, and then it opens up. And then if you go back to, you know, this part of the factory one is very even. So just trying to work with what we got here. And so this guy needs to come up to about there. Yeah, not quite that high, about there. And so you can see where our lines are now. So this guy needs to come up, and then it also has too much radius to it. So I need to cut this again and bring this in. It's not so much here, but here it comes out. So I don't know what I want to do with it. I know what I want to do with it. I want to cut it out and put a different one in, but it's not easy because this seam goes up under the roof. So I can't get in there to just replace it from there down, you know, and have one weld. I'm ended up needing to have 2 welds, which is a lot in that little piece. So what I'm going to try to do is just kind of have this cut, you know, and bring this up, cut it here, and then bring this up to that. But you can also see we have to mess with our curved piece here, and this will have to come up to here. So it's a lot involved in that little piece there. Our backbone, we're kind of having the same thing on this part of it, where we're going to have to cut this off, make it flat until it goes up to this guy. And I have our curve right here on our piece there, but it needs to be flat there. So where I'm going to start is this pillar is still not lining up with this. It needs to come out. And so I'm going to set this. I've been working on this morning, getting it right to there, and it's gone pretty well, especially considering where it was. So looks like I already cut this before, but I'm gonna cut it again, roll this pillar out and weld it back in so it sits flush with this guy. I got our pillar lined up here, and I tacked this guy in up here, and just a little tack there, a little tack there. I don't even have the inner structure, but I want to put this on and then put the inner structure to it so it's lined up right. And then I cut this back, these tacks back off it, and I moved this up. So now it does kind of open up a little bit in the middle here, but I don't think it'll be so noticeable. But getting this end to where it lines up is really what I was looking for. And it does have there is a gap in there, you know. It does have a gap running along there. So if I can even that up to the door, it'll really help hide that door gap. Now I'm gonna come down here and cut this off, and I'm probably gonna have to cut back pretty far on this and then try to lay this in and move it up. So I'm gonna get that cut and then we'll see what it does. Well, that really worked actually. So I was able to bring that up. You can see our new gap there. So that's how far I brought that up. And then cutting it, and I got it clamped there to bring it back in. You can see that's closed right there, but it opens up a little further back. So that means that we're taking that that crown out of that middle, you know. And man, it really does look a lot better. It's really starting to straighten up. Did a lot of work yesterday on getting that gutter right. And after we got it in the right location, we put in some brace work to hold it. And that brace work is going to be there while we fix the dents in the roof, because it's pretty cobbled just from, you know, just the factory dents, and then the welding that we're going to do. And the welding we've done needs to be worked, so. But I think that this plan is going to work, even though we got to re-weld it from there to there, which I hate redoing new work, but you know, you're gonna make it right. So I welded these little pieces on our corners here because I need to finish off this, you know, the seal for the window has to have that 1/2 inch of a lip there, and so I'll take this and just radius around, but it's easier, you know, to radius that correctly off of the vehicle and then weld it on. You're dealing with this little tiny piece, you know, a lot easier to do this. All right, getting a little bit of body work started right where I welded there, and then, you know, we had sliced this to kind of make it not so arched, so of course that needed some filler there, so got some going there and got our corners welded in, ground, looking good, and it's all in the name of getting this arc right. Sure have tried hard to get it right. Getting there.
All it takes is one job, oh yeah. All it takes is one job,